Yes.
I think that's too much to have a say for itself. Yeah. Even explain. People turn that organizations, we're square.
Right.
One plan, so it's under one.
Oh.
But that seems like.
Oh,
yeah.
No, you don't?
Yeah.
You'd rather show.
Not the right person right there. That's.
And it has Will's people be here. Look at this.
Was not. Okay, meeting come to order. Got on the agenda here today, just a few things.
Yes, sir. We have one item today in regular session, and that is the request for an abandoned building certification. And that is through our Economic Development Corporation. So at this time, I'll turn it over to Mr. Condoras. We have allotted about 15 minutes for this item today. So Sam?
Okay. Good afternoon, everybody. I'd like to also recognize that the developer and owner of the project, Mr. Steve Cohen, has joined us today. He lives in Greenville on Earl Street.
My neighbor,
Very good.
don't hold it against him.
And his attorney, Rick Reams, Maynard Nexon is also here. And so anyway, I appreciate that. I know council does. So the water, I will go rather quickly as usual. The water tower crossing redevelopment at 1007 Hampton Avenue represents a transformative opportunity to reimagine a historically significant site while delivering critical affordable housing and community serving commercial space to the city of Greenville. It's led by Steve's company, PHI Realty, supported by robust legal and planning. Project seeks to restore a former textile engraving facility now on a site that has been designated local historic landmark into a dynamic mixed-use development. By leveraging key preservation incentives and aiming for certification as an abandoned textile mill, the $21 million project will deliver 52 multifamily units, including 11 affordable units, renovated office space, job creation. And again, right now, just on, seeking the certification, it's 1,000 feet from the Goodyear waste working plant, existing building on the site, 3,725 square feet is what received local historic designation, and Baileyville incentivization, 20 years for that. 52 multifamily units, and again, 11 affordable units at 80% and I believe 80% and 60% as well. Is that right, Steve?
That's correct.
The parking will have 30 covered spaces, 44 surface. Total project cost, $21 million. Jobs created will be 275 temporary, 8 permanent jobs. Importantly, it's been certified by the Appalachian Council of Governments, March of 2025, as being in an economically distressed area. Again, did receive special tax assessment for 20 years of Baileyville. Statutorily qualifies for the abandoned textile mill certification, according to the opinion of our legal counsel. And a site, the final development plan, number 2-33-2021 has been approved, as well as a site land disturbance permit, which was issued. And so that would be pretty much a full recap with, again, the developer here to answer any questions if you would like. So we would recommend it, resolution to be approved based on meeting all those requirements. Any questions?
Anything else? Thank you, Sam. Okay, Councilmember Dow.
So this one, I'd love to see come out of the ground. This is one that we were really excited about some time ago, predating you, Sam.
Right.
And I love that it was a voluntary cleanup site. So I revisited where we were back then. Is this this isn't on the docket tonight?
No, it will be on the June 9th.
Okay.
This is the work session before we put it, we did
Okay.
one meeting.
Yeah,
before.
yeah. Appreciate that. Thank you. You're welcome. So to recap, we have 11 at 60 and 80%. Does that mean 6 at 60% and 5 at 80%? Yes. Good. Okay, just for the record, here's what we learned the last time we talked about this, and I think it's important because questions could come our way. That because it's a voluntary cleanup site, in my notes, I had that individually owned properties are disallowed. Does that sound familiar to y'all? In other words, there's a reason it's rental and not ownership.
Gotcha.
And I think that's tied to the fact that it was a voluntary cleanup site. We can double check that, but I think that's the answer to that. We added, I think, as an amendment, when this came through back in the day, and it's important, I want to just resurrect your awareness on this, Steve, that the historic property, I'm calling it the tire center, but that's not the right terminology for it, that we already talked about and covered under the Bailey bill. We added, there are specific uses listed for that property. And this council, to its great credit, because this was under discussion at the time, added to those uses, grocery store, would be small, but nonetheless neighborhood grocery store, as well as, childcare, after-school childcare. And because we had spelled out what are permitted uses in that particular market, commercial part of the property. And I just bring it up because what's happened since we did that is that we redid the business licensing. And when we did that, this council, to its great credit, put grocery store and childcare as businesses we were looking to recruit. And therefore we waived the license fee for the first 5 years. I stated that right?
Rebate.
It's a rebate. They pay it, we rebate it. Right, we don't waive it, they pay. So as you're attracting, when you get the salary grant, because I know you're working really hard to do it, I just wanted to make you aware of those incentives from the city side, because we'd love to see that come. I know market drives these things, but there are some incentives there that happened since we last talked on this that, just keep in the back of your mind as we're looking at it. So very exciting, just one more step forward, hopefully.
Great. No, that is excellent. And I think Steve has made it clear to us too. This is he considers it a legacy project that he and his brother-in-law took on. So excellent.
What's been the holdup since we first started talking about it? Was it 4 years ago, 5 years ago?
I'll tell you what the holdup, COVID, supply chain.
Yeah,
Costs.
yeah.
Workforce to finish projects. All those things.
Yeah.
And interest rates going up more in a short period of time than they've ever done historically. So the wind was in our face.
Yeah.
So we put pencils down and now we're raring to go. I mean,
Good.
we wanted to start.
But no significant reworks or
No,
anything?
no.
Okay,
We're just
great.
waiting for, the banks didn't want to lend, that it's been a challenge. So our objective is to start this in the full quarter. So you get it, start the cycle.
I would say if I could add that the city has implemented the tools available to us to try to encourage this development, including the approval of the Bailey bill back in 2022. So I think that we are using the tools that are available that are at our level to try to help see the project come to fruition.
Another thing you probably are aware of, all over, but we waive permitting fees for affordable housing projects.
Yes.
Not waive, rebate, I don't know if we're doing this rebate or waive.
We can do it as what we've done is refunding them at the time of certificate of occupancy.
Okay, yeah.
Yes.
Well, all that to say is, to your point, Shannon, I think this project and any other project that's addressing our housing affordability issues, we have dug through the toolbox and
Yes.
used everything we can
Right.
that we're aware of and added further incentives for the kinds of things that we believe are needed in the community in terms of the commercial space. So thank y'all for working.
Thank you, Councilmember.
I know, Sam, I know you introduced Rick Reams as the attorney, but I will say
Good.
I've known Rick for 20 years, not only outstanding attorney, but the former director of the South Carolina Department of Revenue.
That's right.
So thank you for all you,
That sounds fun.
but thanks for all your work on this project. Yeah, really appreciate that.
All right, Mayor and members of council, any other questions or comments concerning this item? All right, without objection, this item will be on your formal agenda for consideration at the June 9th meeting. All right. Thank you all very much. All right, Mr. Mayor, that's our only item on the
Okay.
work session tonight.
We have a motion and a second on going executive session.
So moved.
Second.